What's going on, guys?
Naruto here.
Fusion. So I'm sure you've watched the other two videos by now, so explaining no jokes or anything for the tributes. It's just a respect thing for Montiel.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do RWBY Volume 3, World of Remnant, the 4 Maidens. I wanted to know more about the 4 Maidens and everything once I saw this, so I'm really looking forward to this one. So let's get this started. Hope you guys are enjoying everything. Real quick, just want to say thank you to everyone. Our channel has gone up tremendously within the month and a half that we've been doing this. Blows our mind. So, thank you.
Should say we weren't prepared for it.
Yeah.
Especially with the comment.
Yeah. So keep the comments coming, and the likes, and you guys rock.
And remember, reaction requests in the discussion.
Yeah, in the discussion board. All right, here we go. Let's get this started. Volume 3, the 4 Maidens.
Deep in the forests of Remnant, beside a great and mighty river, stood the small, fragile home of a cold, frail man. A lone wizard. Hidden from the dangers and distractions of the world, the wizard seldom had visitors. But on this day, as he peered out his window, his gaze fell upon a young maiden. Calmly she sat beneath his tree, in a state of absolute tranquility. When the wizard demanded an explanation, the maiden simply replied, "My name is Winter. I am on a journey, and I am waiting for my sisters." With that, she closed her eyes and sat in silence. The wizard told himself the girl was a fool, but the longer she sat, the more he wished to share in the serenity the young maiden enjoyed. In time, he grew tired and decided to close his eyes as well, thinking on this strange predicament. Upon opening his eyes, the wizard was befuddled to find that a second maiden had appeared beneath his tree,
I slept for 6
cheerful
months.
and spry, with a basket of fruit and flowers. When he asked for an explanation, the girl simply replied, "My name is Spring. I am on a journey, and I am waiting for my sisters." To show her gratitude for his reluctant hospitality, the girl retrieved a handful of seeds from her basket and planted them in the wizard's garden. The old hermit could hardly believe his eyes as the maiden turned what was once a mere pile of dirt and manure into a beautiful garden from which life would surely blossom. It's likely he would have gazed for hours, were it not for the unfamiliar laughter he heard from beneath his tree. A young woman with a warm smile now stood beside the two maidens. The wizard begged her to introduce herself, to which she happily responded, "My name is Summer. I am on a journey, and I am waiting for my sister." Of course, thought the wizard. But another chirp of laughter left the old man perplexed. What in the world was so funny? As it turned out, it was him. The new arrival found the wizard's insistence on staying indoors so very amusing. Why choose to view the world through a small window when the door leading out to it was right at his side? It was a compelling argument, and after only a moment of brief hesitation, the wizard left his home and stepped outside. The warmth of the sun brought with it a surge of energy and life, and soon the wizard wasn't feeling much like himself anymore.
She comes out of nowhere, pushes him. It's awesome.
He was feeling much better. As the day drew to a close, the maidens and the wizard all settled down and prepared a feast. Winter set the table, Spring supplied the crops, summer prepped the meal, and the wizard was the happiest he'd been in ages. But in all the excitement, he nearly failed to notice the delicate woman that now stood beneath his tree. He smiled and beckoned her to join them, asking only for her name. "My name is Fall," she replied softly. "I am on a journey and am here to meet my sisters. Who are you?" "Me?" the wizard wondered. "Well, I am but an old hermit. I have lived in these woods alone for centuries, and I'm afraid my story is not very interesting, as I have no one to love and nothing to my name." The eldest sister looked up at all that surrounded them. "But sir, do you not see? You have so much." It was true. With their help, it was now clear to see that the wizard had everything he could ever need. He was grateful, but a question lingered in his mind. "Why me?" he asked. "Why did the four of you choose to open my eyes, to share with me your gifts? Why am I so special?" The four sisters looked to one another, perplexed. Finally, the eldest spoke. "I beg your pardon, sir, but we did not do these things for you because you were special. We do what we can for everyone because we are able." The old wizard was at a loss.
So that's a really good
Never
message
in
in
his
it.
years had he come across such kindness. It was in that moment that he knew what should be done. The wizard summoned his magic, every ounce he could muster, and bestowed it upon the sisters. He smiled. "Take this gift and know now that you are able to do so much more." Now, armed with the elements, the very powers of nature, and the unimaginable magic of the wizard, the four maidens, winter, spring, summer, and fall, promised to carry onward with their journey, using their gifts to aid others, just as they had aided him. One by one, the sisters left. Before they did, they made one final promise. They promised to return each and every year to visit their dear friend.
Okay,
That was a good one.
that was my favorite one. I had I don't know if they put that underlining, like, to me that had a very good underlining message in it. You know, when she was like, "We don't do it for you because you're special. We do it because we're able."
Yeah.
You know, I've lived my life by that certain, kind of by that saying. If you can do something for someone, do it.
Yeah.
No matter if you have whatever. If you can do it, do it. You know, for instance, I went to 7-Eleven a while back, and there was always a guy sitting there, and he would always ask people to help him out with a sandwich or something. And I showed up there one day with my vehicle, and I had $20 to my name in 1 week till payday. Literally just $20 to my name. And I seen this guy there all the time. And I was gonna get gas, but instead I went in, thought about it, and I bought this guy a huge sub and a big drink. I think it cost me like $15 and something. And so I had like $3.80 something left for the whole week. But I'll tell you what, man, nothing, like, I felt so good about myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nothing beats that satisfaction.
Yeah.
If you're able to, do it. So I really like this one. And I like the story and how they explained everything about the four maidens, who they were, you know, yeah, how they got the power.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I liked it.
I think, well, not I think. The huge theory out there is Ozpin is either a descendant or he
Yeah.
is the wizard.
Oh, he is? Yeah.
Because of one line he said in Volume 1 when he was talking to Ruby, when Ruby and Lace were having their issue.
Yeah.
He's like, "I've made more mistakes than any man, woman, child on this planet, but I'm sure this is not one of them."
Okay,
Now
well,
that
well,
could
here's
be,
okay, fair enough, but
He may be screwed up a lot, or he's lived a long.
that
time.
obviously happened. Yeah, I was gonna say that obviously happened. You know, at the beginning
Yeah.
of everything. So he would have to be
Yeah.
really,
And, like,
really old.
with the gears in his office and everything. Like, you know how there's gears.
Yeah.
Like it. I don't know if it's true or not, but people say his semblance is based off of time.
Oh,
He's able to control time. Control.
that would be
aging.
amazing.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I could see that theory being right, honestly.
Especially the fight between him
I was
and Cinder.
literally just gonna
Yeah.
say,
Like, he
literally
was
just gonna say
speedy.
I was waiting. Yeah, the fight and the power that you see him
Yeah.
have,
Yeah.
that completely makes sense. That would be really cool if that was it.
Yeah.
So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. That was very informative. I really like these again.
Yeah.
So we'll see you soon. Much love.
Can't wait for RWBY. I want
It's
to catch
coming
up
up.
so bad. It's like
It's-
watch episode 7.
It's coming
It's been
up.
out for a damn week now. Episode 8's coming out in a couple days.
It's coming up, guys.
Yeah.
All right, much love, respect. Subscribe, comment, like. You guys rock. Thank you for everything. We'll see you soon. Peace.
I'll be getting all these
Yeah.
before I go to bed.
All right, guys. See ya.